Oh my god. This is crazy. This is Boots. This is T. I can't express how much I have missed being on stream. Like, this feels crazy to be back. Why did I stop? I just got so busy and so tired. I was like, oh, I can't open my laptop. I can't set anything up. I can't do it. That's weenie behavior. That is absolute weenie behavior, because this is the most fun thing in the entire world. And I just am like, what's going on? What's going on? Super Weenie Hut Jr. for real, exactly. But Angle, thank you for the 8-month resub. I love you so very much. I hope you're picking out names for our stream, baby, because it's coming up. That baby is cooking. And BC, it's so good to see. Like, I'm so happy. Like, this feels crazy to be talking on stream with you guys. I've been so absent and I'm so sorry, but sometimes life just be lifing, you know what I mean? We're coming out of the ads in a little under a minute, and hopefully everyone's back. Easy. I literally just been telling Jay I just miss you and Ange so bad. Like, I know, for real, I know life has been hitting all of us recently. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy out here, but I'm so like blessed, honored, proud, happy to be back. Guys, we are 15 followers away from 100. That is crazy to think about. That's wacko wild. But if we get to 100, I'll do a stream in gag, and we'll make a Discord. Thank you, Saribot. We are back. Okay, wait. You have more messages. Yes, almost have a stream, baby. Fun fact about this vision board, Honeybee and I both have a thingy about direction over speed. No, it's true. It's true. We literally, whenever Ange makes a vision board, I'm always like, oh yeah, that's my cue to make one too, duh. I think this is my second year doing it with you, even though I feel like you've definitely been doing it longer. And this year, yes, we both did put direction over speed without talking about it, because we're on that same mind path. Those brain waves, they're going at the same speed. The speed of light. But my headphones just died. Wait. I never connected my headphones to the computer. Oh. Does it sound crazy by any chance? Is that what's going on? Wait. We're so back. Scuff stream. LOL. I want to pair it with, oh, this is, okay, got new headphones. Okay, life updates. Got new headphones. My last ones, they broke. They broke so bad. I don't even know, I can't even describe to you what happened. But okay, I can describe it to you. Hold on, let me connect these headphones. Are these ones? Yeah, it's those ones. Work. Okay. So, okay. These of my, remember the gray ones I had? They had the stickers all over them. The like headphone part, one day I took them out of my bag and it was dangling by a wire that was connected probably through the headband part, and it was just dangling down there like a little chandelier. What? How does that happen? So I had to buy new ones. I got these little JBL girlies, and Ange picked out the color. Well, I was like black or purple, and you said black, but then you were like, what kind of purple? And I was like, okay, but it's lavender. And you were like, okay, no, then get those ones. And then I got these cute little stickers at my job. Benefit of working with children, I have cute stickers and stuff like that. Guys, guess what? This week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So appreciate me. Give me gifts. Thank you. I feel appreciated. Every morning, parents have been supplying us with breakfast. dude, it's been pretty awesome. We get bagels, and that's it. We got croissants and pastries today, and can I be honest? So appreciate. I'm like, thank you, I really appreciate it. But like, if I'm not eating breakfast at home because I'm expecting breakfast to be provided for me, I'm not expecting a pastry. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get through the day off of a muffin. I'm sorry, is that bad to say? But like, so for some reason, a bagel and cream cheese, I'm like, that can power me through an 8-hour shift. But a muffin, that just like makes my tummy hurt. You know what I mean? Boo! Boo! I am alive! And you know what, Boo? I literally was waiting for you to come in here because I think a month ago, you requested to draw me something and I just never did it. And so I'm setting a timer right now for 1 minute. Go. Oh. And I'm drawing you a Boo in 1 minute. Okay, are you ready? All right, there we go. Got the little face. Got the big smiley. Oh, I need to leave a space for the tongue. There we go. If I had a nickel. Ooh, Moose just pooped. I can smell it. Dude, I gotta tell you all a story about Moose in a second. Oh my goodness. Okay, and there we go. Oh, give him little blushy cheeks. Big eyebrows. And 10 seconds left. Okay. Get some details in there. Go. Oh, I feel like I should add something. I'll give him a little hat. Okay, time. There's your Boo. There you go. There's your famous Boo.
Well done, mama.
Thank you. So that's for you. You can cherish it forever from afar. Tens across the board. Wait, oh my gosh, it literally looks like that little emote. How cute. Okay. For Boo. Heart. It's gonna be in this notebook forever now. Wait, I was like, I know this was something that you requested so long ago and I never did it. Stupid of me. Okay, wait. Let me go back to... Wait, put it on the screen one more time. It's coming back. For Boo. Let me tell you all what just happened with Moose. So, do you see this little window up here? This little thing? At one time, it had vases and cute stuff up there, but we got a new shelf, like, inside the bedroom. And, oh my god, hi Cosmic! How's it going? We got a new shelf, and Moose could jump from the bed onto the shelf up there into this little window, and he knocked down one of our vases. Tragic. Oh no, sorry, you're in ads, Cosmic. You'll be out soon. And so we removed all of the vases up there because we were like, if he can get up there, let's just like move them, whatever. But I have little Smiskies, like those little green guys. I put them up there. And we put stuff on top of the shelf so he couldn't get on top of it anymore. By someone, I mean the only other person who lives here, who is my partner, Lee, moved some stuff off the top of that shelf. I am setting up stream. My camera's not on. I can't see anything behind me. I have headphones in. And I hear something knock down. I'd look over and one of my Smiskies is on the ground. And when I turn around, Moose is laying down on top of this window, just hanging out, just chilling, just like looking at me. And then he takes his little paw, and I have my other Smiskies up there, and he just goes, boop. I'll post the video later because it's crazy. And I was like, I've never seen him up that high before. It's literally, that's the ceiling. Like, that's like as high up as my apartment goes. That's the highest he's ever been. And there was no way he was getting down from there. I was like, Moose, come on down. And he was like, so I had to go up onto this little chair and I had to pick him up. And then he jumped off my shoulders off the ground. That man's insane. Hi, Cloud. Oh, thank you. My fit today, going for green. I love this top because it has this like little scalloped little moment here. I love it. Feel very cute. Feel very special. But how are you? It's good to see you. Very good boob shirt. Thank you. The girls are out today. They are out. Listen, it's summer. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, it is now summer. So that means it's time for the titties to be out. It's time for the titties to be out. It's time for the slutty little shorts. Oh my god. Okay, I would show the video if I didn't have my phone as my camera. But maybe you can post it in the Discord. I sent it to you and I know. Slutty summer. Okay. Life update. Been on the gym grind. Oh, wait. Hold on. Thank you, Angle. Been on the gym grind, and you know what? I haven't been shy about it online because you know what? I just think people deserve to see some nice stuff on the timelines. You know what I mean? Am I chasing clout? Some may say so. It's worked for me in the past, trying it again, seeing how it goes. Does it make me feel good about myself? Yes. Is that the most important part? Yes. So, to help my self-esteem, I will be doing that probably more. So, look forward to that. If that's not something you enjoy, just close your eyes. But that's probably about as risque as it'll ever get. Thank you. Okay. There's something about it that will just boost your confidence. It just does. Not for risque, just because, okay, also, hear me out. You are only as hot as you are right now. You know what I mean? At a certain point in your life, you're gonna be old, and that's beautiful. That's its own beautiful thing too. But you're going to be able to look back and be like, wow, like, I'm glad that I showed off, felt good about my body when it was at that point. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Because, can I be real? Oh, hi, Jay. Welcome in. How are you? It's so good to see you. Guys, I just hit 1 year of being subbed to Oblivious Jay on Twitch. Isn't that so crazy? Hello, fellow baddies. Yes, the baddies are in the chat tonight. Oh, Cosmic, I'm glad you're out of ads. Hello. Oh, best friends. Seriously, what the hell? I've missed you guys so bad. But what was I saying? We're back. We're back to not knowing, to losing my train of thought. So simple, so easy, just like that. Moose is giving himself a bath. It's so cute. I don't know what I was saying. I'm gonna be posting more pics because it's slutty girl summer and that's what we're doing. Oh no, 39%. Hey, you listen, that's not bad. But are we talking about The Last of Us? Yes, we will get to it. I have. Oh no, not the 20, not the 1%, not the 8%. No. Wait, everyone. Okay, I'm giving everyone a pass to do one more round. The 1% is rancid. Those aren't, we're not allowed to have those kinds of vibes. No, I'm sorry. There we go. 74%, 91% from me. Okay. Oh, streamer, you're greedy. I'm gonna sit with my 1%. Listen. Hey, the 1%, they're sitting on top right now. Speaking of the world right now. See that 99%. See, okay, Jay, if you just give your 99% to BZ, then you guys have 100 that you can share for tonight, and I'll give you that. That's how it works. That's how it works. But wait, yeah, wait, have you never seen the custom messages before, Ange? Wait, okay, I need to talk about completing each other. It's so sweet. Ange, everyone knows this. Ange unfortunately lost her Persona 5 save file. I got a lock-in command, I think. or a redeem. So Ange lost her Persona 5. So I've officially won the competition by default. Not proud of it. Not proud of it. But Ange, does this mean that you can now watch my playthrough of it? Or does this mean that you're gonna try to replay it? I don't know. We haven't talked about that yet. But if that means that you could be in my chat more, I would like that one. I think I would like that answer. I'm not dropping out. Hell nah. Okay. You're still going in? There's a fast forward feature. You can zoom through all the dialogue that you've already seen, which honestly, that takes up the bulk of the game. I would love to chat, but I fear Ronan is going to speedrun for me. Oh, he is? Hell yeah. Wait, that's amazing. No, Jay, me too. I was a little worried. I know my girl Ange. I love her. But I know that if things like this happen, usually your default response is like, well, we're done. We're done. But that makes me happy because the game is so good. Okay, I take back any statements I said before. Ange is back in the race. Ange is back in the race. The competition is not over. I can't believe 6 months, no game and move on. Yeah, no. Yeah. I can't believe you had to watch that in person. That shit's insane. That shit's crazy. That's not right. That's how Ange brain go. Yeah, exactly. I've been watching a lot of Animal Crossing New Leaf videos recently. Something about the nostalgia of it. I was just like, I was in my feelings and I kind of want to play New Leaf again. But I don't have a charger for my 3DS. So I'm like, maybe that's a little birthday present for me. I love Animal Crossing New Leaf was my first game. And there's something so special about it to me. I kind of want to revisit that version. Because I love New Horizons. But something about, this is the video that I watched. It was a video essay on New Horizons. And it was someone who had been playing New Horizons for 5 years straight, because it just hit its 5-year anniversary in March, every single day. And it was a video perspective of them talking about playing it every day, and then what it was like starting a new save file, and then realizing that the charm of what made that game so special, and New Horizons has such a special place for me too, and I think for so many people, it came out right when the pandemic started. And something that they said in the video that New Horizons does well is, and Animal Crossing in general, it gives you that dopamine hit of productivity and of watching something grow. And what made New Horizons really hit extra hard during the time when it came out is when everybody in real life was forced to be in solitary and life stopped and everything slowed down, you got to play a game where you cosplayed productivity, growth, financial success, friends, hanging out with people, something moving and growing. And so when the contrast was like your own life was stale and stinted, and this game you're playing is constantly moving, constantly changing, but it's also in real time, that just made it such a special little world. And then coming back to it now, if you were to play it now, it's like, oh yeah, this is fun. But if you're like having a busy life and going into something that's like busy and you're having to do stuff all the time, it feels a little bit more disconnected, and the escapism part of it isn't as strong as it was with the release. Interesting, you know what I mean? I see. I just read what you said. I unfortunately still had to work and go to school. That's tragic. I was just thinking about how lucky I was. I was at a place in my life where I had just started school. I still lived with my parents. I was not financially independent yet. So like I just got a second to just sit and be chill. I'll forever be grateful for that. I know it was a devastating time. I lost family members. Other people lost family members. It was horrible. But like the time part of it, getting that break before moving into something so crazy that as what college was about to be, I really appreciated. And I don't think I took any of it for granted. And that's my piece. Zoom school sucked, but we didn't have to. The thing is, like, the first 8 months of the pandemic, we were like chilling. And then it was after that when we had to do Zoom school. That was tough. Okay. Let me catch up on anything I may have missed in that rant. And then I have a couple more things I want to update you on. And then we're going to talk about The Last of Us. Let's see. I'm going back to... You said, I'm not dropping out. Hell nah. Love you. Would love to chat, but I fear Ronan's going to speed run for me. That's perfect to where I need to be. Me personally, I would be so distraught to start over. Like, damn, that's how I feel too. I had to BRB not cry. No, I felt... When you told me and I said my heart just dropped, it actually did. Like, that was awful. Because it's been so fun playing, like, in tandem with you, and for me to think that it was like over for a second, I was really upset. 7 p.m. What is that? Gonna become a streamer just to play Animal Crossing New Horizons for a living, and that's what we all should do. Listen, when the Switch 2 comes out, I don't think I'm going to buy it at launch. I think that's the final decision I've made. I'm still not sure about it. I really want to play the new Mario Kart, but I don't know. If there's a new Animal Crossing game in the first year, I will absolutely be getting it. And then we'll be streaming it. That'll be the personality. We'll be famous. Everything will be great. But I don't know. I don't know yet. You should come over to my house and I'll charge it for you. And you know I want to come see you this summer, so maybe that should actually happen. I was referencing Animal Crossing song, sorry, 7 p.m. Oh, T. The 5 p.m. of New Horizons, one of my favorite songs ever. So different for Animal Crossing, but like good. A good song. I know about people debating on getting it around the holidays. Yeah, maybe that's more what I'll do. I just don't know. The launch games aren't that enticing to me. Mario Kart, can't wait. But after watching the direct of the Donkey Kong game, it looks fun, but like I don't know if I would get lost in it like I would Mario Odyssey, for example. That game like sucked me in. But I don't know. I just don't know. Cosmic, I'm praying for you too. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, and Ange, I agree. I need something that really makes me want to play it. Mario Kart might be enough to tip me over the edge because it looks great, but like if I can wait on Mario Kart, I'm gonna wait, which I think I'm gonna be able to. Nintendo getting no more money from me, BZ. That's real. That's real because they are. I'm upset. I'm upset with them. Okay. 2 life updates. I painted my house purple. This, and there's a closet over here, and then the threshold doorway into our bathroom. They're all purple to match the chairs. Thank you. Everyone applause. Everyone applause. Thank you. Yeah. I know. I went to school. My major is in painting.
Well done, mama.
Thank you, BZ. Excellent use of well done, mama. Lavender is the it girl of colors this year. Yeah, can you tell? Maybe it's my new favorite color. I don't know. Maybe I really like how green and lavender work together. Maybe it's doing something emotionally for me. It's filling some sort of void. Could be something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So that I went. Okay, wait, no. I get so excited. I used to have a podcast. Gemini's and the color purple is undefeated. Exactly. My major in college is painting. Specifically wood. I was a theater design and technology major, so I majored in like building and painting sets and stage managing. So that's my life. Literally painting wood to look like wood was my daily occurrence. I did a show in drag. Work, mama. That was what I was doing in April when Lee was away. And in my mind, when Lee was going away to India, which she had a beautiful time, by the way, finish your thought, then move on to the next part. I thought that I was gonna really like stream heavy that month. I was like, yes, like this is my stream month. Like I'm gonna be alone. I'll have nothing better to do. Then I got cast in this show where I had to be a drag queen, and I had never really done drag before. And so every free moment that I had that month preparing for the show, I was practicing the makeup and I was practicing like the outfit and practicing my lines, because it was also my off-Broadway debut and I wanted to take it very seriously. So that took a lot of my priority, and I'm very happy with how the show came out. It was a competition, and it was like 15 plays all in groups of 3, and if your show won, you move on to the next round in your little groups of 3. And unfortunately we did not win. The show that went before us, the show in our group that did won, was a really amazing show. They absolutely deserve it. Can't wait to root for them in the finals. Of course, am I bummed and a little upset that we didn't move forward? Definitely. And did it also kind of make me realize how much people are like, yes, we love drag. We love queer people. We think drag is so cool. Like, yes, this is amazing. And then when it actually comes to doing something like making it win a competition, it is kind of the thing that's just like pointed and laughed at and is like, oh, but we're not taking that seriously. That did feel a little sad. Just being so genuine and honest about it. But the show that won was really, really amazing. And I hope they win. You know what I mean? Like, if they're the show that beat us, they need to win the whole competition. So the final for that is going to be in the summer. So hopefully they win. I'll update you guys about that. But yeah, but that's me. Oh, okay. No. So India, let me show you some of the things that Lee brought back. Very exciting. Okay, so this first one, girl, check her out. Like major. This is a beautifully hand woven tapestry, little textile fabric with beading and thread and gold thread, and it's of a peacock. This is like the coolest thing I think we own. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Honestly, we need to find a better place to display it, because right now it's just like in our bedroom next to our desk, and I need it to go somewhere amazing, because this, like, mama, this is everything. Mama, this is art. Like, it really is so stunning. I feel like I haven't looked at it in light like this too. It's not really doing it justice, but it's gold. Like, it's so pretty. Um, and then this was a special gift for me. So what I really wanted, Lee was I wanted a little votive statue of like a Hindu god, like Vishnu or someone. But Lee instead, which I love just as much, got me this beautiful little elephant statue. And guess what the fuck this is made out of? It's made out of the same stone from the quarry that the Taj Mahal was made out of. Are you kidding me? We have a little piece of the Taj Mahal here. And these gemstones, apparently these little designs are all over the facade of the Taj Mahal. Who knew? I thought it was all white. No, it's not. It's apparently white and covered in flowers that are little tiny gemstones. What? So these are very special. I love them very much. Our little world collection of knickknacks is getting bigger and bigger by the minute, and it's expanding its borders more and more. It's freaking beautiful. I'm very happy. I'm very in love, and I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna put all those back very carefully. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, should we get into it? Is it time to talk about The Last of Us? Okay, spoiler alert, if you're not caught up with The Last of Us up to episode 4 of season 2, we will be talking about everything. I have many thoughts. I'm gonna keep a lot of my thoughts to the end. But I'm gonna go through each episode and I'm gonna show some pictures and we're gonna chat and talk about my thoughts. Feel free to chime in. Yeah, and BZ, I will address some of my concerns as well, but overall, this is going to be pretty positive. I'm a very big fan, and I have a lot of trust in the creators, and I don't want to eat my hat because some of the things in this season are making me raise my brow a little bit. But we have room to discuss that. That's what this is for. Have you never heard that saying before? Like, oh, I'm going to say this and it'll make, like, if someone proves me wrong, I'll eat my hat. You've never heard that? Maybe that's a regional thing. I don't know. Am I saying it right? I don't know, but that's it. May be. It's probably pretty New England. It's definitely a East Coast thing. Northeast for sure. Okay, but everybody. Oh no! Don't look! Don't look! I literally was supposed to get this so that you wouldn't see. Okay. Well, that did nothing. Okay, can we see it? Okay. In the South, we say, don't want to shoot myself in the foot. Okay, I have heard of that. Okay. So, here we are. 2 years later, and I'm very excited for this season. I think the first season really captured the essence of the show, the essence of the game, and the essence of the story and characters was like chef's kiss. Every change that was made, I felt like I was in good hands. I felt like this show is like the dream sort of adaptation. Cosmic, thank you for the lurk. And the first episode delivered delivered a lot of the same for me. I loved starting the season with the confrontation with Joel and Ellie, how he lasted, and seeing the long shot of Ellie walking towards Jackson. And in the game, it ends with Ellie's expression of being like, okay, I believe you. Does she? But in the show, we get to see Joel and how Joel takes that in, because we're having a shift of view here. We spent the whole first season and game with Joel, kind of like living out his experience. And now we're switching over to Ellie. This is our last time kind of seeing Joel solitary. And then we meet the Salt Lake crew. I am going to hold my tongue about the casting until it becomes a bigger issue. Right now, I love mommy milker Abby. Big muscle mommy. That is like really important to her character in the game. I think Caitlin Dever is an amazing actress. I think she's doing an amazing job so far. And I want to give this girl her flowers, because it's not easy to step into this role that does something to a character that we love so very much. That takes a lot. It takes a lot. And I think she's handling it very well, and we'll see where it goes. My hope is that this casting of Abby is to make her more of a direct comparison to Ellie, is what my hope is. That's where I'm at with episode 1. The casting of Owen, a little strange. He's a lot taller than her. Is this going to make it weird later on? We'll see. The casting for Manny, he's aged down quite a lot from the game. I think it works. Casting for Nora is great. Casting for Mel looks great. Can't wait to see more of their performances. I think this scene of I liked showing the Salt Lake crew early, and I loved actually her seeing the giraffes, where we saw that experience through Ellie's eyes of like this sweet, beautiful moment. And then to see it from Abby's eyes and for it to mean something completely different, I think that sets up the theme of the entire show so well, of the duality of like which side you're on is changing your perspective of how you view things. Brilliant, beautiful way to do that to start off with. Jay, you said, I can't believe they said Abby being buff wasn't important to her character though. Like, what do you mean? I know. I have a lot of thoughts about it too. Like, unfortunately, at this point in episode 1, I'm like, I'm there with them. I was like, at this point, I trusted everything they did in season 1. So I'm like, great, I'll trust everything they do here. Listen, Isabella Merced, Dora the Explorer herself, an absolute doll. I loved that the first time we see Pedro, first of all, he looks amazing. I'm sorry. He's so cute. These little glasses. He's so much older. I love it. All of it's great. Him working with the mechanics. He's older. It's a little bit harder for him. That's all great. I love what this show has done with showing Dina and Joel having more of a relationship with each other. I think that's a really interesting choice. And I'll talk about that more when we get to episode 2 about how that impacts things. But right now, I'm loving this. And also the way that they're introducing the conflict between Joel and Ellie is really great here too. When Dina is off screen and he walks in and you hear Joel say, "Hey kiddo," and our brains are expecting Ellie to show up, and it's this girl, and we're like, who is she? We learn it's Dina, Ellie's best friend. We learn about Joel's in therapy. Hilarious. Love it. I think Catherine O'Hara, a really interesting addition to the story for me. What was interesting in this scene for me, Joel asks Dina, "But what did I do? Why won't she talk to me? What did I do? You're her best friend. You should know." And Dina's like, "I don't know. She won't tell me." But in this scene, Joel knows what he did. We don't know if Ellie knows exactly yet, but we can assume something's happened in between the 5-year jump. But I just find that so interesting that he's already like, he's in therapy, he's processing this, but in some way, he still thinks that what he did wasn't wrong. He was in the right. So he's like, what did I do? I saved her. She should be thankful to me. But since he wasn't 100% honest with her, he's not allowed to have those feelings. He's not allowed to be mad at her for not listening to him or to trusting him 100%. You lied, dude, you know? So I think like this beautiful, flawed character of Joel through Pedro is done beautifully. Hi, Det Wallace. How are you? He is old now, and I love it, and he looks so good. Salt and pepper. Okay. Yes, we got some new characters here. This actor playing Jesse, Young. His name's Young. I forgot his last name, but his name is Young. He's amazing. Do I think Jesse as a character is a little boring? He's a little snooze fest right now. I hope that he proves me wrong. He's very attractive. That he has going for him. I love that Tommy and Maria have a son. I think that adds a really interesting dynamic of like what family means, especially with Joel and Tommy. They were apart from each other for so long that Tommy made a new family. Joel made a new family with Ellie. But then it's like that those old families coming together again is just like a really interesting dynamic to see. Put a pin in that because I have some opinions about some things later, but we're just talking about episode 1 for now. BZ, thank you for the hydrate. I'll do that right now. Speaking of hydration, Gail being an alcoholic. Oh. Gail being an alcoholic as a therapist, hilarious. Who is Eugene? What did Joel do to Eugene? We have to figure out. We have to know eventually what that is. We know from the video game that Eugene was a firefly, and that you know that he grows weed, and you find his little pot cellar in the game, which they see later in the show. So we know that about him. Now we know through the show he has a wife who's a therapist, is Joel's therapist, is all of Jackson's therapist. She's carrying a lot of burden on her shoulder, but she's like, this is my purpose. This is what I have to offer to the community. I'm going to do it. And so on her birthday, she sits there with Joel, who's complaining about his 19-year-old daughter who won't listen to him, won't sit with dinner with him, won't do this, won't do that. And she says, we have to stop for a second because I'm going to say something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. I hate you. You killed my husband, and I hate the way you did it. I know you had to do it. We don't know why, but I hate that you did it. And I have to sit here across from you and listen to you complain about your stupid problems. This scene was awesome. Loved it. Loved it. What did you do to her? Did you hurt her? He can't even imagine that she would say something like that. No, I didn't hurt her. But what did you do? What did you do? I saved her. The way that Pedro acted in this scene. Welcome back, Angle. You haven't missed much. Talked a little bit about Abby's casting. We'll get to it. Talked a little bit about Tommy and Jesse. Talked a lot about Dina. You know, we love Dina. Isabel Demare said, love her. The way that he was feeling really vulnerable when he was opening up to Gail, you could see it in his face. Like, he was emotional. He was like, I want to tell somebody so bad about what happened. And then when she goes, what did you do? You can see it change in his face. He's like, I'm closing up immediately. I saved her. That's what I did. And that's what he firmly believes. There's no subtext there anymore. He's like, no, this is bullshit. I saved her. I'm leaving. I don't need to tell you anything more than that. She shouldn't be mad at me.
Say hi.
That was so scary. Why did it sound like that? Why would you do that to me? Why? Why did it sound like that? Ew. Ew. Okay. It was deep fried. Was that was a wet fart? No, no. That was like scarier than a jump scare blurb. Jeez. Anyways, moving on. We had some great moments in episode 1 that were like shot for shot from the game. The little dog of the month being the employee of the month, hilarious, adorable, loved it. I loved that we got the Tommy Ellie rifle scene. That's exactly from the game, except they bumped it up a lot earlier. What I really liked about episode 1 is they placed everything in the game. The game starts with the day after the dance, but in the show they were like, we're gonna start the night of the dance. Thought that was a beautiful choice. Really cool. A perfect way to give in enough of like, ooh, the mystery of what happened, and like leave a couple details out to then fill in later. Love it. The scene with Ellie and Dina going on patrol, them like listening and counting for the clickers, I thought that was so sick. Like a great way to show the like listening mode where you listen. She's like, okay, I hear two. We can take them out one for one. Easy. We've done that before. Seeing the advancement of their confidence with the infected, love that. It shows like growth. It's incredible. The stalker, loved, 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 loved. Thank goodness that they are justifying adding new infected types by it being the virus mutating. Genius. Absolutely genius. The stalkers in the game are terrifying. They're new in game 2, so for them to also introduce them in season 2, hilarious, amazing, iconic, absolutely loved it. The like more humanness of their features makes them even more terrifying, because it's like the people that are infected are still very conscious of who they are, but their brain is making them like think about how to attack and turning them into this like wild animal. And we'll talk later in episode 2 about what community means in the show and like the theme of community. Love the scene, Ellie at the workbench updating her gun. Sorry, pure fan service, and I was up for every minute of it. Literally, it's just like the game for real. That was everything. For then it to turn into the scene between Pedro and Ellie where you really see like how awkward things are. It broke my heart when he's like, have you been playing much on your guitar? It's sitting in the corner collecting dust on top of dirty clothes. Like that moment of like parenthood where you like, you're trying to give something to your kid. You have this moment with them and you think it's something special and they kind of throw it to the side. Oh my God. He plays that so well too. When he's like, your strings, they're messed up. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to fix them. Because instead of blowing up at her, which he knows would just make it worse, he just removes himself from the situation. Oh, like that. It hurts. It really hurts. At this point, they're really setting everything up really well. I'm like, I'm in. Oh, what happened between these two? Wow. The dance. It was perfect. Like, I'm sorry. It was just so perfect. Okay, my face is in the way of Ellie and Dina, but they look great. The shot for shot, literally I have a shot of the game, a shot of the show. Ooh, so good. This little guy playing the banjo, that's Gustavo, who writes the music for the game and the show. Love the cameo, because there's also a cameo of him in the game. So cute, so cute. This scene was great. The guy Seth was like perfectly rude, perfectly disgusting. In the game, Joel just kind of like shoves Seth, and it's like, whoa. Pedro fucking knocked that guy in his ass. That was awesome. Like to see the like the violence and the anger that's still in Joel, and like how protective he is of Ellie still, was like way more visceral, and I loved that choice. And she's like, I don't need your help. Fuck off, Joel. Leave me alone. 8 down. Okay. Then the last shot, of course, was the porch scene, which in the game, the porch scene happens at the very end of the game. I don't know what the show is going to do. I have to believe that they purposely left something out. I hope. But right now, we just see Ellie looking at him and walking past. Will she walk back? Did they have a conversation we didn't see? We don't know yet. But I wanted to take a look at these two pictures of Ellie on the left. She's 14 years old. Joel just saved her from the fireflies. She doesn't know that yet. Joel just lied to her. Said, there's a bunch of people like you. There was no cure. There's nothing that we could do. Do you trust me? Do you believe me? He's like, I swear. I swear everything I said is true. She says, okay. The look in her eyes on the left, she's not sure if she believes him, but in this moment, she's young. She's innocent for the most part. She has to believe him. She has no other choice. And then on the right, she knows something now. There's a definitive nature in her eyes, in her mouth, in her eyebrows. Bella Ramsey absolutely is killer. I love them. I will defend them to the day I die. There's some writing choices, I think, later on that I will never put blame on them for. Might put some blame on the writers for that we'll talk about. But, like, the severity of here, we know something happened. And so I just love the comparison of these two pictures of, like, I'm young, I don't really trust you, but I have to trust you, to I definitely don't trust you, I can't believe what you did. Anyways, and then, of course, the last shot of Abby's crew marching up on Jackson. Thank you, Jay. Bella Ramsey is Ellie. Like, people who disagree, shaking my head. I agree. I agree. Like, the people that give them shit still baffle my mind. You cannot like the show. You cannot like the writing, sure. Please don't give Bella shit. They were perfect for this. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry you didn't want to sexualize a minor. Her character's 14. Relax. Yeah, and even with the upgrade, they're 19. So these 40-year-old men who are like, why isn't the 19-year-old fucking smoking hot? Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Anyway. Ellie isn't meant to be a sexual character. There's actually, okay, literally the whole thing about The Last of Us is, especially the women, I think, they, especially in part 2, they really emphasized on making unique looking people. Abby's super buff, Mel has short hair, and like she has like a pear-shaped body, and like there's different body types in these people, and they're not conventionally attractive because that's real life. That's real people. And I know this is a show, so people like want everything to be picture perfect. That's just not what's going to happen here, okay? Welcome back, Cosmic. Hope your lurk was good. Everyone lock in. We're about to get to episode 2. Starting with Abby in the hospital. Great. This is Abby in the hospital walking through is a motif in the game that's one of my favorites. This recurring nightmare that she keeps having of walking through, seeing her dad at the end. Loved it. Loved the added choice of her seeing herself there, talking to her, be like, don't go in there. You're not going to go in there. I love that. Because there's a rational side of Abby that's like, if you go in there, your life is about to change forever to a point where there will be no returning from. You're not going to like the person that you become when you go through those doors. Don't go. So we're already like seeing that side of Abby. Really important. But she goes through anyways. And that's the cycle. You know, trying to end the cycle of violence. When does it end? When does it end? That's the whole theme of The Last of Us. So I absolutely loved how it started. I'm getting so emotional thinking about Abby. I need to play the game. Jay, I love Abby. I will defend Abby forever. I know what happens to Shayla. I understand. But like, It all just makes sense. It all just makes sense, and I can't wait. I can't wait for people to understand her, and I hope people do. More shot for shot stuff from the game. The little moment where Maria makes Seth apologize with a sandwich. Asshole sandwiches, hilarious, very Ellie. Loved this whole moment. When this was a very welcome change for me. Joel is out on patrols with Dina. In the game, Joel is out on patrols with Tommy. Changes things. We see Jesse picking up Ellie, which is exactly how the first game starts, or the second game starts. And Ellie says, "You know what? I'm gonna go on patrol with Joel." What? Did we miss something? That's what keys me in that a conversation on the porch was had to have been. Because why are we going from the stare down of a century to, you know what, where's Joel? I want to go out on patrols with him. Maybe she just wanted to go out and talk to him, but from what it seemed like, she doesn't want anything to do with him. So something changed that we're not seeing. So we see Jesse and Ellie end up going out together. They find the little pot room. Hilarious. The storm's getting bad. Jackson is under attack. The action of this episode was incredible. The production value, all of it. Maria and Tommy like fighting for their lives. Oh, that shit was amazing. The bloater fight with the flamethrower was insane. I loved the Abby on the avalanche on the hill where all the infected were like frozen underneath each other in layers. Absolutely just like crawling out top and chasing her. So good, because in the game, when you play as Abby for the first time, you get introduced to the infected for the first time too, and you have the moment with the fence and all that shit. So good. Shot for shot, beautiful moment. This is what I want to talk about. Community. The Last of Us is all about community, especially in the apocalypse. You have your community of family. We have connection. Ellie and Joel. Tommy and Maria and their family. Dina and Ellie. Jesse and Dina. Connection. Then you have Jackson. Jackson's the community that we're rooting for. But there's also the infected in its own dark but beautiful way is also a community. The way that the show emphasizes the infected of being under this interwebbed connection that sparks, where it's like you touch one piece of grass and it could like shout out to infected millions of miles away, like insane. The way that the top group frozen over to protect the ones underneath to stay warm. And when it's time to attack, they rise above each other. It's crazy. It's violent. They're clawing on top of each other, climbing each other, but they're working together as a community in their own way. It's sick as fuck. And then Abby's crew, that's another community. The Fireflies, they were another community. Now they're gone. What happens when the people that are left over? What happens? What do you do for your community? You die for them. The chain link fence scene was beautiful. Caitlin Denver acting her fucking ass off. This moment. Oh, don't look. When Joel saves her. She doesn't know who he is until she hears his name. She, in that moment, is, this guy just saved my life. I almost just died. Is that Joel? Did she say Joel? Is this the person I'm looking for? Yup. The height, the hair, the scar. It's him. Now, suddenly, her priority is, okay, I have to get you back to my crew so I can kill you. Not ads. Maybe this is a good place to take a break. Oh, mama. Ugh. I gotta wait. Let's go back and look at something happy. Look, Isabella message. So pretty, isn't she awesome? I love the way that she's acting in this show. It's so good. It's so good to me. Everybody take a little water break. Take a deep breath with me. Hold it. Let it go. Take a deep breath. Hold it. One more. Hold it. Let it go. We're fine. We're fine. Yes, Isabella also played Dora in the live action. Fucking hilarious. Absolutely love that little fact. She's good. She's good. I didn't breathe at all. Hold. Please breathe. This is your moment to breathe. I something I wanted to talk about in this scene when Joel is explaining to Dina how the breakers work and like what happens when there's a combustion in the breaker and like it causes a house fire. I need that to come in at some point later. You don't do such specific detailing and foreshadowing for it not to do something later. Like Dina's gonna make a bomb or something. Like I'm like something is gonna come from that. Need it to. I want to talk a little bit more about Dina and Joel's relationship. So we know Tommy spends this episode defending Jackson. Really interesting choice. I think it's great. I like the contrast of like communities under attack, small community, big community. What's happening here? War is happening. Another theme of The Last of Us Part 2, war. Which side is right? Sides fighting, violence, all that stuff. Ads are done. Yay. Yay. Welcome back from ads. The choice of having Tommy not be with Joel when we go golfing. Really at first, when I watched this episode, I was like, I love this. Because it gives Dina a little bit more... having Dina be closer to Joel makes Dina being out in Seattle with Ellie really, really interesting for me. I'm ready to see that, like, where is that relationship? It hurt her really hard too. And then of course we have the beautiful scene with Joel and Tommy in episode 3. We're not there yet. Okay, it gives her so much more agency, Cosmic. Exactly. Okay, everyone take another deep breath. We're getting to that scene. Trigger warning, bloody pictures are about to be shown. Very violent. Okay. Abby kills Joel. Not quickly, very violently, very intimately, and so tragic. And it plays out very similarly as it does in the game, except in the game they knock Tommy out. In this one they drug Dina, which makes it interesting for Mel. Mel really has to get really involved. Here's where I got a little scared. I was nervous about Abby revealing who she was. I thought maybe that happened way too soon, way too quick with the draw for it. In the game, it's the slow burn. You hate Abby for so long until you're forced to play as her and you understand who she is. And then it forces everything to change. I think they wanted to justify her actions in the show. I understand. Wanted Joel to know. I guess I understand. But we don't get to see Joel's after of knowing. Do you know what I mean? Joel doesn't need to know. It felt too much like the show was nervous about the audience reacting to Pedro being killed. Because he's like the heart of the show, right? People love Pedro Pascal. I love Pedro Pascal. When he got cast in season 1, I was dreading this moment, honestly. But what saves that moment is Ellie and Abby, right? Who is Abby? Why does she do this? Oh no, Ellie, what's going to happen to you now? Your protector is gone. And so this is where things started to get lost a little bit for me. Her revealing that Joel killed her father, who was the surgeon who was gonna cure the world, basically, so early. Suddenly, like, all the tension of who's Abby, it fell away. And now it feels a little bit like, oh, man, really? Come on. Losing the slow burn is hard. It's hard. Cosmic, exactly. Cosmic said, with her being unknown, you're filled with the same emotions as Ellie. Exactly. You not knowing why Abby did what she did makes you want to go out on the adventure with Ellie to get her revenge. But now that we know, Ellie still doesn't know, but we as the audience know. So it's like, ugh. It just loses it a little bit. Not enough for me to be like, fuck this shot, fuck this, it's awful. I'm still there with them, and I can't wait to see where it goes, right? But this is where I started to be a little nervous. Oh no. Things I loved about this scene. Her ranting, monologuing to Joel being like, just get it over with already. I don't need to hear this. And to her then to be like, you don't get to make this quick. That was great. Loved it. Loved that. The evil villain monologuing of it all was like a little bit much, but like to get that payoff of those beautiful line deliveries was great. Joel having to sit there and kind of take it and accept it. Loved that. And he was like, I know what I did was wrong. Cosmic said, I feel like they wanted to make her more sympathetic, but in turn lost some punch for later in the story. I agree. I totally agree. I think they wanted to ease the blow too much. They did it too much. Because, like, normal people weren't going to give her hate. Normal people would be like, damn it. But people aren't normal. And I think they were being they almost didn't trust their own story enough, which I felt very saddened by. Bella's performance in the scene was beautiful. They did amazing. First of all, when they're like, Joel, get up, please fucking get up, and he starts to, and then the video game death is pretty brutal. Bludgeoned until there's barely anything left. The stab in the neck with the broken golf club. Holy shit. How personal can you get? That was intense, and I loved it, unfortunately. Bella's crawl to Joel was devastating. Them holding each other is a moment we don't get in the game that I thought was beautiful. Loved it. All of that was great. Maybe it can end there until they do this. They just had to have one final gut punch at the end. This was tough. This was really... They didn't have to do that shit, but they did. So that brings us to episode 3, The Path. Opening with the Seraphites. This was a very intriguing to me. Suddenly I'm bought back in. Something that season 1 did that I really loved is they humanized the villains, the enemies that you fight in the game. They gave them story. They made you see from their perspective. I was like, this is awesome. So I was like, I'm here with them. We see this group of people traveling. We see their symbol. We know they're religious in nature. And it's a father and a daughter. Because what is this show about? Family, protection, love, fathers, parents, children. That's what it's about. And so we see another version of a family just trying to stay safe. And we hear the whistles. Danger's coming. Demons? No. Wolves. 8 down. The 3-month time jump. I was perturbed. I was like, why does she wait so long? Giving Ellie a chance to recover I was excited because I was like, great, the aggression and the need to get out is going to be way more pent up. In the scene where Gail is talking to Ellie in the hospital and Ellie's pretending like everything's fine, and then the way when she's walking down the hallway and you see her expression change and you're like, oh, she's not fine. That was great. I was like, yes, yes, yes. Give me angry, grieving Ellie. The scene of her in the hospital, there's people around her dying, like, and her screaming and still seeing and being trapped in that moment. Like, oh, it was heartbreaking. Gail says, this quote stuck out to me. Our last moments with someone doesn't always define our relationships with them, but it often does. Her last moment with Joel is not the dance. It's not whatever may have happened on the porch. Her last moment with Joel was him dying. And that just breaks my heart. They say it right there. And the scene where she goes into Joel's house to collect his things, beautiful, was just like the game. That's the worst part of the game, where you walk through the house and you see his paintings and you see his sculptures and you look at pictures, him and Sarah, and the scene in the closet with his jacket. Bella acted their heart out there. This scene was heartbreaking. It was amazing. I was like, so I'm there with them. It was so good. And then, of course, the box with the watch and the gun. The scene with Tommy at the beginning cleaning Joel's body was beautiful. I'm glad we got to see Tommy's reaction to the death because he obviously wasn't there when it happened. Now, here is where, again, the departure that they make from the game worries me. They decided in the show that it was an attack on Jackson. Joel wasn't the only person that died that night. A lot of people lost their family. I think it's interesting, right? Because it adds to the dynamic of whose perspective you have, lets you know like who the villains are, what the loss is, what the win is. But there's something about it diminishing his death and making him another body count doesn't have, to me, doesn't have the effect that I think they wanted it to. Making Ellie plead her case to a council, it felt like fluff a little bit for me. The most disappointing part for me, the 3-7 vote, whatever, it's fine. We know that Jesse, Joel, and Maria probably voted, yes, let's send the people out. That's all we needed from that. But I'm worried we haven't seen Tommy go out to Seattle yet. And that is a huge part in the game. It's so important to the story for me that he's out there. I still am holding out hope that we'll see him out there because you give him this family, right? You give him this community. You see him protecting it. And it doesn't make it way more juicier to see him go away and be like, I had to leave all of that behind because Ellie, you're right. These people, we need to get them. And I'm just worried we're not going to get that. And it's like, I don't know. I want to trust these creators, but they're focusing on Ellie, right? But Tommy's an important part of that. Tommy is his family more than Ellie is. They're brothers. They are blood related. I don't know. So those scenes were weird. Dina remembering their names, telling Ellie to go. Loved all that. I liked the idea of them sneaking out because in the game, Maria's like, Tommy left, go get him. Interesting. Liked that, but it still was interesting for them to sneak out. I was like, okay, we're fine. Tommy having a conversation with Gail, loved it. life kind of going back to normal after the attack. They're watching a softball game. Tommy goes, oh, being the only therapist in town, like, oh, that must be hard. And she's like, okay, but you're not here to talk about me. What do you want? And like, he is grappling with the idea of like, I can't let her go. And Gail says, but you can't stop her. And they're talking about people, and it's like nurture versus nature. When she says Joel and her have been walking beside each other for a long time, ooh, meaning that Joel didn't teach Ellie to be violent. Ellie has always had this violent nature in her. And Joel did too. They've always been connected that way. Loved that. And then Gail to say, some people just can't be saved. She's talking about Ellie. She can't be saved. Ellie will be who Ellie is. All of this to say, they are setting Ellie up for the blind rage revenge story that we know from the game. Ellie and Dina go out. Seth helps them escape. What? Sure. Whatever. I don't know why they gave more to Seth. Didn't need it. He was a great homophobe. Leave him a homophobe. You know what I mean? I don't need him to have a redemption. Was weird to me. The scene in the tent made me angry, but in a good way. The way that she's like, rate our kiss. How was our kiss? A 6? It's not a 6. Whatever. I was high. I was drunk. Whatever. And then at the end to be like, I wasn't that high. The aggressive, the manipulation, but like it is good though. It pissed me off, but I kind of ate it up. I'm not gonna lie. The tension, I was like, yes. Then showing Seattle, being like, oh, no one's shooting at us. This is gonna be easy. This is gonna be so easy. Then showing the wolf army marching, genius. Loved that. Thought that was great. Them finding the Seraphites too was interesting because I liked that because they were like, oh, the wolf, the WLF, they're bad people. They're bad people. They killed this innocent group. Loved that setup. I was like, this is great. This is great. Because in turn, we see later what's actually going on. The grave scene was great. In the game, she just kind of like plays with the dirt a little bit. Still beautiful. Still heartbreaking. Like seeing Joel, like the finality of him being dead in a gravestone. Awful. Here in this beautiful field, she leaves coffee beans. Stop. Like my heart. I am so devastated. And it's beautiful. Literally, thank goodness for them. Okay. We go from this to episode 4, day 1. Loving already, day 1. They're just like the game. Josh Peck. What is Josh Peck doing on my TV screen? He was great. He was a perfect douchey Fedra soldier. Like, it was awesome. But I was just so taken back. And then, of course, Beatty is Isaac from Catching Fire, screaming. Loved this scene. This episode, I think is my favorite of the season so far because of everything up until the last 5 minutes, and I'll talk about it. The Isaac backstory is everything we needed. Him blowing up the truck. It's a reference to the game where you can find a Fedra truck where you open it up inside, there's skeletons and like they were all blown up. Like amazing. A great way to show the backstory and connect it to the game. You guys are geniuses. Love it. Getting to see the Seraphite Prophet. Love that. Hope we see her more. Can't wait to see where that goes. The switch up. This interrogation scene. This little monologue about cooking utensils. Loved it. Showed enough of who he was before the apocalypse, how he is now, what kind of man we're dealing with, right? Who is this leader? Fedra's bad. We had to get rid of Fedra. Good. What happens to the people next? Who leads those people? This scene was epic. He's the same actor who plays Isaac in the game too, which love. Um, and then the actor who played the Seraphite was really amazing too. We hear scars. We're called Seraphites. Already having that in there. Full nudity was insane. The like this interrogation was whack. We know what Isaac's turned into. The shot of the young officer who he let live from the shot, now older, and be like, Scar got what he deserved, fucking animal. It was really cool. It was really cool to see, like, people change, and once you get stuck on one vision, how quickly you dehumanize other people when they're not a part of your tribe. Tribalism is a huge theme in this show. The first scene with Ellie and Dina was just like fully a scavenging part of the game, rifling through things. The pill bottle, like, oh, no vitamins, like I can't level up my abilities. Hilarious. This was great. This was a great little nod. She finds the pregnancy tests. We'll talk about it. Them going through downtown Seattle, seeing the pride flags, not knowing what that means. That was amazing. That's a great part in the game too, where they go to the queer bookstore and they're like, what? There's two dudes on this cover. Like, it's really cute, really funny. All of these little nods to the exploration of Seattle made my heart soar. I was like, this is amazing. What I also really love about Ellie and Dina, and why it makes more sense for Dina to be more closeted than she was in the game. In the game, Ellie and Dina get together very quickly. It's taken us a bit with the show versions of them, because in their world, progress stopped in 2003, which is very different from 2013, like the game. So there's like even more oppression and not understanding of what these things are and what they mean. And I just think it's a really cool place to place queer characters. It's sad because, again, one of the themes is community, and not having a queer community. What does that mean? Like, how do you explore that? Like, where does that go? The music shop with the drums, hilarious. This set dressing is gorgeous. Like, look at this set. You're kidding me. This moment was amazing. Beautiful. I think it was a little long, but Bella sounded great. And honestly, Isabella's acting in this scene was phenomenal. Watching her fall in love with Ellie, you literally can watch her sit there and fall in love with her. It's like, oh my God. It's beautiful. I thought this scene was great. They did it very well. It's a missable moment in the game too. Isn't that crazy? You can fully miss this moment, but I think it's not necessarily integral to the story or the plot, but it's integral to the characters and like the feelings, right? We're then all positives, all positives. Everything at this point has been amazing and great. The TV station, just like the game, we see what the Seraphites are like and why the WLF are fighting them. They're brutal. Loved Dina's line, what the fuck is up with Seattle? Hilarious. People are fucked up here. They are walking into something they do not want to be a part of right in the middle of this conflict. And the way that, like, we think this peaceful group, like, moving through the forest in cloaks, they're a peaceful group. They're getting away from danger. They hung up people, gutted them, and moved the lights to shine on them so that when the wolf find them, they're met with a horrifying image. Crazy. That shit's crazy. Loved it. Loved it. Feel her love in blood. Crazy. Wait. Hello? Hi. Welcome home. I'm in the middle of talking about the Seraphites hanging people.
Oh, work. Nice light topic.
Yeah, extremely so. This is another part from the game where they're like hiding as the other wolf soldiers come in. Loved it. That's insane. The subway scene. This was great. This was really awesome. The red lighting with the flares, just like the game. The action was intense. It was packed. When she's sitting there and trying to like, she's like, "Oh, we can take on the infected. This is fine." She's counting them, and it gets to a point where it's like, "Oh no, 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 we can't count anymore. We gotta run. We gotta get out of here." In the game, a strategy to get over this level is to like throw a bottle into the middle of the group of soldiers so all the infected run and take them out. And then while the infected are busy taking them out, you run around, get out of there, and it's exactly like how they did it. Obsessed. Ellie putting her arm out to get bit to save Dina's life. Genius, because since they're not doing the spores or whatever in the game, Ellie's mask breaks. Dina tries to take hers off. She's like, no, 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 don't take it off. And then she's like, how are you breathing in spores? She's like, I am immune. The bite was a genius way to do it. I loved it. I loved it. Showed so much intensity with the characters. I would die for you. When they get to the theater, when she's sitting there and she's like, she's like, I just realized I'm in love with you. And also now I'm going to have to kill you because you just saved my life. And now I'm out here in Seattle. I'm also pregnant and now I have to be alone. Oh, it was crazy. It was all there. But then Bella says, I'm immune. You have to believe me. I know you don't believe me. What's the first thing she goes back to? Yes, Cosmic. I agree. This added so much stake to it more than like the spores. I agree. It was very cool. But Ellie, she remembers when Joel and Tess in season 1 didn't believe her. What did she have to do? They made her sit across from them in the room, pointed a gun on them all night. She's like, the second, if I wake up and I am not me, shoot me. That's what Joel said to her. She's going back to what she knows. Okay. Then she wakes up in the morning. She's fine. She says, see, I'm immune. Dina goes, I'm pregnant. They kiss. They have intimacy together. That's what happens. You see, oh, look, yeah, the comparison of the first time Ellie gets bit, and then the second time she gets bit, being like, look, I'm holding out my hand. I'm not shaking. Like in the Marlene, like this is just like a really cool contrast of she's been bitten 4 times now. 4 in the show version. 4 times. Here is where I'm having some issues. They kiss, they get together. I'm going to be a dad. Funny, did I laugh at this line? Yes. Dina's like, they're hand in hand. We're going to go get Nora. Great. Okay. I've said it before. There were a couple things that I was like, oh, this is a little different, but I'm trusting these creators. I'm trusting them. This was the first time they made a departure from the game where I'm like, I don't know. In the game, Ellie and Dina get together before Joel dies. And that being the reason why Ellie and Dina are doing it together after he dies and like are going to get revenge is a little bit more like it adds to that. Ellie and Dina, are they actually a good relationship together, or now are they kind of forced together because now it's like, well, I just was intimate with this person, I can't let them do this by themselves, I'm now stuck with them in a way. Then Dina says, I'm pregnant. Ellie says, why didn't you tell me? You put yourself in danger and now you're a burden to me. I don't want you here anymore. We have to see Ellie's trauma and Ellie's PTSD and Ellie's rage and selfishness to make her and Abby the same. I think it's a little unrealistic of Ellie being intimate with Dina after losing Joel. It's a little bit diminishing her mental state. And I think it's a very weird choice. And I think the creators of the show wanted the slow burn of their romance, right? Because we just met Dina in episode 1. If we did it too soon, we would have been like, what's this? but they're making the show about their romance, which it never is. It's just a supporting factor of the revenge plot. And so to make this, because in the game, Abby and Owen kind of have the love story a little bit, right? This is a weird departure for me. And my only thing is, my hope is that this is just all leading up to the biggest crash out ever. I hope in the next episode or the episode after that, we do see Ellie be like, actually, why were you flirting with me so much and teasing me about my sexuality? Fuck you for leading me on. What the hell is this? You were pregnant and you didn't tell me you're pregnant with Jesse, and now you expect me to take care of you and go back to Jackson? No, I'm out here for a job and a reason. What the hell? Like, fuck you, Dina. Why were you doing this all to me? I need that crash out moment of her going off by herself and going to the hospital with Nora, all that. And so while it's nice to have a supportive, Dina's almost acting like a comedic relief sidekick character to Ellie rather than her own person. And going back to episode 1 where I was, and episode 2 where I was like, yes, Dina being with Joel and having a relationship with Joel is going to add so much more stakes to her wanting to be out there. But they're not really using any of that. They're just like, I love you, so of course I'm gonna do anything you want me to do. And they're like, it just feels very kiddie, and I don't know why they're doing that. So I hope they're gonna fix this somehow, and I think they still can. I think if you still give Ellie her crash out, if you get Tommy out there, and if you get Jesse out there, Jesse has to get. I mean, come on, you can't. What is Jesse going to do? Be a nothing character that lives in Jackson? No. Jesse has to come out there after them. Duh. But I need Tommy to go out there too. Maybe what they're going to do, now we're into predictions. Now what they hope they're going to do is Tommy goes out there. Maria sends Jesse to get Tommy. Jesse finds Ellie and Dina and is like, hey, Tommy left and is trying to find you guys, but he got into some trouble. Now I tried to find you. We have to go get Tommy. I think they can still save it if they do that. And give Ellie her crash out. Give Ellie her crash out. Girl deserves her traumatic crash out. Because there are going to be scenes with Pedro coming up, we know from the trailers, of flashbacks. And I just think us not seeing Ellie as traumatized by his death is going to make those things hit a little less. We're kind of brushing his death under the rug too soon, almost. That should be fueling every action. And I think having sex on the floor with someone who she just told you is pregnant when you're on a dangerous, deadly mission isn't the moment to be canoodling. You know what I mean? It just felt really weird. And that's just my thoughts on that. I hope it gets better. Okay, now I'm going to read the comments. Whoa, so Ellie is on board for the pregnancy in the show. Yes, Cosmic, I'm sorry if you haven't watched this episode yet. Super spoilers. She's 100% on board and like really supportive. She's like, me, you, Jesse, we're going to raise this baby together. How exciting. Like literally like that. It changes everything. Agreed, Jay. And then Jay, yes. Oh, Abby, they're going to give more reason to hate Abby. That's what I fear they're doing. If we don't start to be like, Ellie, your actions are crazy, Abby just continues to perpetuate to be the villain. We have to at some point be uncomfortable with how Ellie is acting for it all to work, you know? Yes, Cosmic, after she learns about the pregnancy in the game, she gets frustrated, puts that anger towards finding Abby. Exactly. And then she's, yes, the burying herself in the rage and the anger. That's the whole point. Abby, get behind us. But yeah, the thing is, everything that they're doing, it's like 90% amazing. And 10% I'm like, oh, I don't know where this is going. I want to trust them. Because I trusted them so much in the first season, and they delivered one of my favorite TV shows of all time. This season, they're starting to lose me. I'm never going to be fully lost. I just know that. But at some point, I'm not going to be able to defend them much anymore, is my worry. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to defend this show when people say things where I'm like, you're right. No, you're right. People that were telling me, I can't believe Joel died. I was able to deflect that like it was easy. We're out here in the streets on the internet. Everything's fine. Even I think I can defend the casting for Abby and not having her buff, whatever. She's more of a foil to Ellie. Like, if that's the version, they're doing a younger version. Like, she's a little bit more immature. Sure. It all can work if it does. She's less of like a scary. She's more like an intellectual Abby, and Ellie's more kind of like the brute force. They kind of are switching their roles. I can defend all that. I'm having trouble defending things like Tommy not being out there, Ellie being really accepting of Dina's pregnancy. Like, those things are tough. The way that Ellie's trauma seems to not really be there. In episode 3, we had beautiful moments of seeing her. To other people, I'm fine. Turn closed doors. She's angry. She's sobbing her eyes out into his coat, his jacket. She's leaving coffee beans at his grave. Like, I just am nervous. Yeah, Cosmic, I agree. We still need to wait for the full picture, but this changes the dynamic a lot. And that's the thing. I'm like, I'm along for the ride. I'm locked in. I can't wait to see where it goes. But I hate that I'm watching every episode like this. Oh god, are they gonna get back on track? Oh. You know, when I was watching season 1, I was like, I can't wait to see what happens. This, I'm still like, I can't wait to see what happens, but I'm more like, but I hope that people who haven't seen the game are enjoying the show, because I think that people that don't know the source material are probably really invested, and I'm invested too. It's just a little different in a big way. The little changes they're making are affecting the story on a massive scale. Now, trailer for next episode. We're getting the hospital showdown scene with Nora. Can't wait to see how it goes. We're getting spores, possibly. Interesting to me. I'm into it. Because they've already established that the virus is evolving with the stalkers. So it can make sense for then this disease that originally is transferred through saliva and spit and bites and blood is now going to be transferred airborne too. How will that change things? Kind of excited. This scene looks like Ellie's in Ground Zero, which is a level from the game where you go to the middle of the hospital and it's like one of the first, like, day 0, patient 0 outbreak zones. So it's like really infected, really infested with the mushroom. Can't wait to see how they do that. Look at these these pockets of mushroom. Ugh, it looks gross. Excited to learn more about the Seraphite lore, because again, this show does a really good job of being like, these enemies that you just killed in the game and just shot them and like killed them, whatever, let's give them lore, let's give them story, let's give them a reason for why they're doing it. Because in a show, you can't just like run in, gun them down. There's no reason to do that. So I'm excited for all that. I hope we see Tommy soon. Excited for Nora. The actress who's playing Nora is amazing. Can't wait to see the chase down scene. I'm looking forward to it. But we'll see where it goes. I wonder how many episodes are going to be this season. They're definitely not getting all of Game 2 in one season, because there's a season 3. I wonder what no spoilers, because I want to keep it at episode 4 as much as I can. But I wonder what the cutoff of the season's going to be. I have an idea in my head of what it's going to be, but I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, in the game, you get the instant gratification of like, you get to keep playing, but where's a good part to cut it off here and be like, I want to see more? Because this is common knowledge. In the game, you play as Ellie in the beginning, you play as Abby in the second half. So I'm like, is the first season going to end where you stop playing as Ellie and switch over to Abby? And my only concern with that is, are people going to care enough to tune in for Abby's side? Because in the game, you kind of just have to go through the game. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. You said, I feel like they should have kept the scene from earlier when they're hiding out in the storm or something similar. Are you talking about the when Ellie and Dina are in the weed store? I wish they just kept it like that. Because I think we still could have had the teasing, like, oh, is it just a 6? Shut up, it was a 6. I wasn't that high. Then you can lead it in. And then it makes a little bit more sense for them to be so kiddie and like young and teenager in love. Oh my gosh, while you were doing teenage stuff, Joel was being murdered a mile away. Damn, don't you feel bad now? Don't you feel more sad? So to have it be like, fuck you, Joel. Actually, maybe we're cool. I want to go out with him again. I want to like go on patrols with him. Ah, man, a storm. Joel's dead. Oh my god, he's dead. We have to go get our revenge. Oh my god, Dina. Hey, girl. I can't wait to be a dad. That isn't really making sense. I have hope. Still. But my like I said before, my ability to defend the show is diminishing. I'm still enjoying it a lot. I think it's beautiful. I respect all the people who have put time, energy, and money into this. I still trust them, but I am losing a little bit of trust. That's all I'll say. And so thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody. Please, don't look. That's that. Oh, wait, did I already drink the hydrate? I forgot, but thank you for the hydrate, BZ. This Ellie seems so neutral in terms of emotion as opposed to the game. Yes, she is, but we've seen her being neutral, right? When Gail is talking to her in the hospital, she's neutral, and then as soon as Gail leaves, she's like, I'm being like, my emotions are real. And we saw it too in the closet scene where she's crying, and when Dina's like, hey, Ellie, she like wipes it away. So my hope is that we will get the crash out. The crash out will come, because right now she's trying to preserve her emotions for the other people, is maybe what they're doing. This version of Ellie is trying to be positive as much as she can while there's something so awful happening behind her. But then it's like, why are you out there? You know what I mean? I love that you're being positive. Yes, thank you. I have to. It's my favorite game. It was my favorite show. And I really have enjoyed talking about it. But I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. We'll see. Any final thoughts from anybody else? My final thoughts are, I'm okay with the casting. I love the set dressing. I've loved all the action sequences so far. Every reference they've made to the game so far has been amazing. All the lore added with the wolves, with Isaac, with the Seraphites, incredible. And it's just unfortunate that the main storyline seems to be the one that's suffering for all the other stuff. I'm like, I would rather, let's take out a scene with like, let's take out the scene of you guys hunting for supplies, add in a scene of Ellie being upset that Joel's dead. You know, we didn't see her grieving at all this episode, actually, which is wild. A thing in the game that I love when we're playing Ellie is whenever you see a mirror or a reflective surface, she can't look at herself in the mirror. And I think they're missing an opportunity to show like that part of Ellie, that she's like so disgusted with everything. She can't even look at herself. She keeps thinking about the last moment she had with Joel being him being ripped away from her. And if she had just gotten there just in time, or if she had just not been out with Dina, like if she had been with his side, if she did go out with him, what would have happened? BZ says, I don't know if I'm going to end up watching it, to be honest. No, BZ, you have to. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I will say, if you're not a fan of the game, and if anything that I've talked about has not made you want to watch it, then maybe you won't like it. But I will say, I think you should give it a shot. See how your own emotions come into it, your own perception is. Cosmic, I was just about to say, I think it's suffering a bit from the waiting part of it. Waiting to see what happens every week is tough, because in the game, you can just keep playing. You can just keep going. So if it was a show that you could binge, maybe I would be more satisfied, because right now I'm sitting with these pieces and I feel like I'm doing this. I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to keep all the pieces together and they're slipping out of my hands. If I have the whole framework, maybe. Yeah. Take Cosmic's advice, BZ. Don't watch it right now. Maybe wait for it to all come out. And gather your own opinions about it too. Please, 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 please. But that's where I'm at with it. I still can't wait. I'm gonna try to keep doing these episode analysis after every episode. I'm gonna stream on Mondays and Tuesdays, hopefully next week, and I'll do this more, and it won't be as long. We'll also play a game next time, but I had a lot of episodes to catch up on because I had planned on doing this ever since the season was announced, and it just didn't happen. It's just that life got in the way. So I chunked it all up in one little bit. But thank you all so much for your love and support. I love you all so much. I'm happy to be back. I will see you all tomorrow with Persona 5. We're gonna be back in the grind. Loved the yap. Thank you for all the hydrates. I needed it. I need to go drink tea now, give my voice a rest, because I've been going at it for almost 2 hours. Back to the cunty fighting. Exactly. Okay. Everyone have an amazing night. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe, is there somebody maybe that we want to raid to? Maybe perchance even? Hani. Let's go say hey to bestie Hani. Okay, everybody. Here, let me set a little honeybee raid message. Okay, there you go. Copy and paste that. You. Okay, ready? We're gonna raid Hani. Okay. Thank you everybody for chatting and hanging out. Love you all so much. And oh my God, not Hani being in the stream about to raid. Okay, are we ready, everybody? And here we go.